Of the world of Arcana for us. We also get the chance to see some Gimmick puppet action, and yes, Six Samurai and so much more. You guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more us content. The Worldo is back, and yes, the gimmick of turn skipping the opponent is always going to be very alluring when you're choosing to play a deck like this. That's why you choose to play Worldo, because you want that thrill of that turn skip that this deck gives you. I do see we're also playing 2 copies of Goddess of the Two Sides. I do think this card is very, very strong. We also do get to play an Engraver, and we are playing the Lurian here just to kind of turbo up into the Lacrima to get to the Wave King Kaiser, just to have that little extra protection. It's the reason why you choose to play this deck, is because you like being protected. You like having that lockdown that, you know, it makes sure that you're not going to have to deal with any stupid things. Also, going with the Lovers, and here's the additional name. I actually think that that's a good choice. We've seen Arcana Force try to pop off with a lot more of the gimmicky sides of things, but I think that this is the best course. Next up here, we have Gimmick Puppet Mitsurugi. Now, first of all, if you told me that somebody was going to be cooking with a list like this, throwing together all of these different ideas, I probably would have laughed at you, because I never would have thought of having the synergy with this in here. But also, we're going one step further, because we're also playing the Grisu in here as well. Just kind of get those little consistency pieces, and it also does kind of act as a normal summon machine monster, so you can kind of do something with it. They're really getting creative out here, man. The inclusions and things that we can actually cook into. They're also going with triple salesman. Yeah, Droll and Lockbird is probably going to ruin your day, or a giant space rock also could potentially cut you off. But it's not surprising to see that players are kind of taking these, you know, initiatives, trying to change things up. It's very, very, very interesting just to see the developments in the meta. Ooh, we have Six Samurai. So, if you guys are aware, I have loved covering the Primite version of this deck. It has been one of the funnest builds that I have seen players coming up with, because you can just Primite out, you know, these little extra pieces. And I mean, your goal is to get to both Xians and the possibility of having a Naturia Beast established. That's actually freaking awesome, man. The fact that this deck allows you to turbo through all of these different pieces and allow you to actually get to this, that's awesome. That's why we choose to play this. Also, you know, you're able to also deploy the Great Shogun Xian as well, to have that, you know, floodgate condition put on the opponent, where opponent can only activate one. Now remember, Xian plus Xian, they still will get a spell card activation. It's just you're able to dictate which one they'll be able to actually get. And I think that's not actually a bad thing to be seeing. We've also got the power of the Synchro pile, sporting off the Ascended Thunder. Now, anytime we can see the Ascended Thunder here come up, I think is hilarious, man, because this is the sort of interactions that you look at and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, yes, so you're going down like this, the punk synchro good stuff here. You know, you're able to toggle into the Aussie, but also you are going to see this guy right here. And this is an interesting card, because I really wish we had access to this, because they also get to do a Rorodon combo off of this too. So you're going to be flooding your field with a lot of different, you know, synchro potential candidates for you to kind of bounce off of. I mean, this thing spawns level 6s like it's its job. So that's really freaking cool to see. I'm just kind of happy, you know, we get the ability to toggle through Yang Zing cards and actually make this pile playable. All right, we've got the Judge of Anubis with Draco Tail. So, I don't know what it is, but so many people have been taking these ideas and these challenges and going, can I play it with Odeon? Now, at some point, you've got to ask yourself, you know, is this a good idea? Is this actually working? And I mean, yes, it is. I do see we have Azunas in here. We've also got, you know, the Neroys. We're also able to access the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So this just kind of becomes a... We're using the best of all of these ideas to achieve, quite honestly, the best results that I think we can actually get to. I mean, being able to deploy, you know, how many boss monsters, the control elements of this, you know, the Draco tail package to roll through. And I mean, if worst case goes to worst, I mean, let's get a Gandora on the end of it. Okay. Next up here, we have Killer Toon. And honestly, I think Killer Toon's still a very solid choice for what you want to be messing around with. My only major concern about Killer Toon is you don't have, like, good synchros. Like, your best synchro right here is a card that's banned in our side of the game. And that's a little bit problematic. You don't get that chance to kind of toggle into, you know, these sorts of different options. And I don't know, man. I'm curious if maybe we'll see some counter change to the constant abuse of this card. Maybe the TCG will bring back Baron, or maybe we'll make we'll never make an alternative to this. Card's too goddamn good. We're also going to play Gravity Collapses in here. You know, you are playing the one Duelist Genesis because, you know, this getting data Synchro Spell and Trap card, which gets you into Overtake. Pretty good. Next up here. Oh, wow, we actually get to see the Mikanko deck actually doing its job. Now, remember, Mikanko got these pretty strong new cards, and they actually have a game plan now. Yeah, I know, when you give this deck a rank 3, players kind of turn their heads a little bit and go, oh, you know, we can actually make boards now? Yes, you can. That was one of the things that we all wanted to see. We all wanted to see that Mikanko finally got an end board plan here that actually looked semi-presentable for its overall game state. And I think they've done probably one of the better jobs that they could do with this. Now, I mean, your takeaway here is a lot of fun extra deck things, especially since you're also playing the Doom Z mechanics in here too. So, I mean, Damage Reflection, Doom Z, go to town. You know, you've got the full interactions on the equip board here. It's going to start getting very scary very quickly. Ooh, we also have Inferno Knight. Now, OCG does have a sold, which does actually change the way that this deck wants to play, like, a lot more. You also, because you do have more consistent access to the Fighting Flame Swordsman stuff, especially the Dark Flare getting a chance to actually show up here, I think that's very, very strong. I do appreciate the fact that we have, you know, these consistency pieces actually trying to aim to make the Flame Swordsman stuff just a little bit better. And also, we even got the Baron to floor down here. I'm telling you, how many decks can you actually just spot that are playing Baron to floor? How many decks are candidates for abusing this? And the answer is, it's a lot more than you actually think. Especially, you know, when you're going through, like, the Flame Swordsman toolbox. Also, 55 cards is nothing too crazy to scoff at either. This deck's got its consistency pieces going in the department that it needs them. And then, wow, we actually have Super Quantums. So this is a little bit different than the standard Super Quantum list that you're used to seeing. I mean, obviously, you know, we can still get to the Turbo Megazord in here, but it's not really our deck's focus, you know. It's just another little piece that we can get to along the way to, you know, kind of get those good, comfortable pieces going, but also you're relying on the Fiendsmith stuff, kind of pad you down, maybe get you into a Desiree for the extra negate. But I mean, typically if you're making a great Magnus next to a, you know, Floodgate powerhouse, your opponent's just going to concede. I mean, that's... Make how many towers monster, or how many boss monsters you can make to basically protect the game plan, the style of deck. And also, I mean, Z10 did make this deck a little bit more consistent, but it's such a hard sell to dedicate all of these pieces just to make the Megazord when, you know, we have other good ways to do it. And then we've also got, the Radiant Typhoon deck. This deck has really grown on me, especially when, you know, you can just roll through as many floodgates as you potentially need to against your opponent, right? Like, you go Radiant Typhoon, your opponent goes, oh, come on, man. Like, what am I supposed to do? Well, I mean, you're going to get some giga advantage off of this. We also get to play the Apex Avion in here, which is hilarious, actually. And, of course, you do get to see the Fiendsmith combo in here. So there's a lot of good stuff. The Radiant Typhoon deck I actually like. So, what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.